This is 1480 KRAE Cheyenne.
Is your teenager ready to drive?
Come on, Mom. Let's go.
Sorry, you're not ready to drive yet.
What? Come on.
You need to complete a driver's ed class first.
The Wyoming-Montana Safety Council offers a complete driver's education program taught by Tim Woodard, former Laramie County School District's driver's ed teacher. Classes are starting soon. Please call 635-4592 to sign up or go to wmsafetycouncil.org. Wyoming-Montana Safety Council. Think safe, live safe.
As Cheyenne's weather turns warmer, dust and pollen can become a problem for those with allergies, asthma, or respiratory issues. And the last thing you want in the summer heat is poor air quality in your home or office. So it's time to turn to Marv's Plumbing and Heating. That's right, Cheyenne's most trusted plumbing, sewer, and heating business also services air conditioning. Marv's Plumbing and Heating, 1515 Logan Avenue, can handle all your air conditioning needs. Give them a call, 316-7634. That's 316-7634.
What you are about to hear is a sports talk radio show unlike any other that has ever before been broadcast in the capital city of Cheyenne, Wyoming, USA. This is Cheyenne, Wyoming's Sports Talk Authority. The Wyoming Cowboys, the Denver Broncos, the Colorado Rockies, and the Denver Nuggets. The show is local, it's regional, and yes, the show is national as well. Wyoming Sports Talk Today is on the air. If they're talking sports on the radio in Cheyenne, this is the place it happens. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today.
And good afternoon, another weather-type afternoon. Of course, Nick will keep you updated on what's going on weather-wise. Of course,
tornado warning to the north, at least in Laramie County. It's
north extreme
by Chugwater. So,
right. Well, the thing is, though, too, and again, National Weather Service is keeping us updated as well. So again
they may
interrupt.
It's in effect until 3:30. So.
Right. Our program today being brought to you by Taco John's, where it is Taco Tuesday. This is the day to load up on delicious Taco John's tacos here in Cheyenne. Jolly Rogers RV Sales and Service on Highway 30. Again, if you are looking for the Jayco RV, fifth wheel of your dreams, you're going to find it right now. You're going to probably find it on sale, so check out all the goodies over at Jolly Rogers RV Sales and Service. Chick-fil-A, Corner Windmill, and Del Range. Again, Chick-fil-A for breakfast, where they have a plethora of goodies for you. Lunch, yeah, you know the drill. Again, whether you just do a good old-fashioned chicken sandwich and waffle fries, you're good to go always over at Chick-fil-A. Ray and Cindy's place right across from Menard's, Windmill, and Del Range. Kia of Cheyenne, where the Kia of your dreams is waiting for you on the lot right now. So take a test drive. Take home the Kia of your dreams today. Kia of Cheyenne over on Nation Way. See my good friends AJ and Greg Miller and the entire staff over at Kia of Cheyenne. Platte Valley Bank, 2 banking locations offering all banking services and then some. So remember, Platte Valley Bank over on Vanda High and at the corner of College and Pershing. Medicap Pharmacy for all your pharmaceutical needs. Been there, did it, done it. Called in my latest prescription, and it's all ready to rock and roll. Gina's great staff. They always take good care of me, as they will you, by shopping over at Medicap Pharmacy. Bluegrass Circle, same location right next door to Texas Roadhouse. Lennox Auto Body has 2 locations for you, especially if you have some damage to the car or truck. Then you take it to the Auto Body Shop, which is located on Dunn Avenue. Maybe you want to get it cleaned up on the inside, touched up on the outside, or maybe you got some window damage, windshield damage. Then you take it to Lennox Auto Glass and Detail Center on Pershing Boulevard. Key people of Cheyenne, they want to come on by and clean it so you don't have to. Rachel is your key person to call, 414-0074. First Tier Bank at 1508 Stillwater Avenue. Again, talk to them first about their CD rates that they've got going on, their special CD rates, whether it's a year or 4 years, however you want to do it, or even 6 months. Talk to the great folks over at First Tier Bank, 1508 Stillwater Avenue. Across the street at 1507 Stillwater Avenue, Suite D in the Greenway Commons, it is Mondello's Pizzeria. Delicious pie flips up in the air every day by Joe and the great staff, in addition to Stromboli. And again, their delicious calzones. They have wonderful sandwiches as well, always on fresh baked bread. We heard from the Wyoming-Montana Safety Council moments ago. We want to thank them. We also want to thank Mars Plumbing and Heating, 1515 Logan Avenue. Lincoln Liquor. Grab a cold one on the way home. Pop it open when you get home at 2825 East Lincoln Way. And our scoreboard gets things underway here inside Wyoming Sports Talk today. As we go to scoreboard, first we send it over to Nick.
Inside? What are you even talking about? It's here right now, right? I guess you're going to shake your head on that one. Anyways, so college action right now on baseball side with the College World Series happening in Omaha, Nebraska. Game earlier today went final. It was Mississippi State winning 12-2 against North Carolina. So North Carolina will move down to the loser side of the bracket. They will take on Oregon State tomorrow. Mississippi State will advance on. They will play on Friday against the winner of North Carolina and Oregon State. Game 2 of today in action right now. It is Florida leading 1-0, top of the 5th against Texas. And also, too, later tonight, it will be Arkansas taking on Texas Tech. That game will be on ESPN, and it will start around 6 o'clock tonight. That's what's happening in college baseball action.
Major League Baseball, the first of a twin bill at Wrigley. The Dodgers and the Cubbies, Game 1, and Los Angeles wins 4-3. Game 2 coming up a little later on in the day-night doubleheader. Other action will be the M's visiting the Yankees in the Bronx, Orioles and the Nats at Nats Park, Cardinals and the Phils at Citizens Bank Park, Brewers and the Pirates will hook up again at PNC. In the Rogers Center, the Blue Jays host the Braves, White Sox, and the Indians at Progressive Field. The Motor City Kitties of Detroit will face off with the Reds at Great American Ballpark in Cincy. We also have the Red Sox and the Twins at Target Field, Rays and the Astros, who made it 12 in a row last night with their win as they won at Minute Maid Park. It will be the Rangers and the Royals at Kauffman Stadium, Mets and the Rocks tonight, Coors Field. Jason Vargas on the hill for the Metropolitans. German Marquez on the mound for Colorado. He brings in a 4-7, 5.13 ERA into tonight's game.
Does it really matter?
No, it doesn't. Diamondbacks and the Angels at Angel Stadium of Anaheim. Athletics will be at Petco to take on the Padres. And the Marlins and the Giants. And do you want me to get into a Hunter Strickland tirade about him, too? There's another knucklehead.
He's a head case.
Another knucklehead that needs to go. Adios. Marlins and the Giants, they will
they still
face
won
off
yesterday.
at 8. No, the Giants lost.
I thought they won.
They lost 5-4.
Oh.
Strickland gave up 3 in the top of the
Again.
9th inning, that knucklehead. AT&T Park hosting tonight, Giants and the Marlins. And Derek Rodriguez will get the call for San Francisco. Of course, he is Yvonne's son.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he'll be in attendance tonight to watch his son pitch against his former team, the Marlins.
Well,
All
I
right.
think Pudge played for a couple other teams.
Yeah,
in
but
Texas.
He won a World Series, though, with the Marlins. All right, our scoreboard brought to you by Pepsi of Cheyenne.
Hi, I'm Alex White, tea master at Pure Leaf. When I make tea, everything I know goes into it. You can't be impatient. When I craft Pure Leaf iced tea, I don't take shortcuts, because I want you to have the same amazing taste of iced tea that I do. So I start with fresh picked tea leaves. Then, after they're delicately dried, I blend and brew them at a lower temperature to draw out their unique aromas. And then I taste and fine-tune the blend for a delicious smooth iced tea. I'd love to have you take a sip right now, but that's one thing we can't do over the radio. But you can experience the same delicious taste of Pure Leaf iced tea anywhere you are. I'm Alex White, Pure Leaf Tea Master. Pure Leaf, our thing is tea.
Fat, lazy, and stupid is no way to conduct a sports talk radio show. We've thrown down the gauntlet, upped the stakes, and made it clear that when it comes to sports talk radio in Cheyenne, there's a new player in town. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today, and it's only here on AM 1480 K-Ray.
I like that comment. Fat, lazy, and stupid. Even if you're a bloated buffoon, does that refer to the same person as well, too, Nick? Yeah, I think so. Rockies.
I can't really comment because, again, I'm over here trying to produce.
OMG on the Rockies. Now, Tyler Anderson.
It's a dumpster fire right now.
Oh, my gosh. This was awful. Let's first go to the
Granted, is it a dumpster fire right now? It's been a dumpster fire for quite some time.
Let's go to the positive side.
Is there?
Yeah, the positive side is Cheyenne's own Brandon Nimmo.
Oh, not even talking the Rockies. Yeah,
I don't even want to talk about the Rockies.
There's a positive there.
Nimmo, 4 for 6 last night. Raised his
home
average
runs.
to 287. One was an inside the Parker. I really enjoyed that. 4 RBIs. And Nimmo then launched one, 400-plus feet into the I think it was in the Mets bullpen where he hit that one. So, again, nice little homecoming of sorts for Brandon Nimmo at Coors Field, as he basically said to Rockies pitching.
Him and everyone else who's faced Rockies pitching, again, he's not alone. They're, again, allowing opposing players. And, again, this Rockies pitching is just awful. It's one of the worst in MLB. We've known that for quite some time. There's nothing new to say right now.
Well, again, you look at last night's line, and, again, Anderson probably your
go-to guy of, he's 4-1. They should take care of things tonight.
All right, well, he departed after 5 1/3 innings with 104 pitches. And, again, was not a great outing, but he gave up 3 runs on 7 hits.
Again, on any team, he is that is not your ace. That is not a solid pitcher you want. You're going crazy off of someone who would be, again, if he was pitching with the Giants, I'd be like, well, why is he on the Myers?
You better stop there, pal, right there, because Strickland. I'm sorry. How long is that experiment going to be for Bruce Bochy as a guy coming out of the bullpen and your closer? He sucks. With a capital S. The guy can't get the job done.
Okay, so you're taking what is between a starter and a closer. I did not bring up anything on Strickland, but also, too, again.
You want me to pick out another one for you?
Go ahead.
Block.
Ty Block is pretty solid. I think he would probably be – Ty Block would probably be a starter as well, too, on this Rockies rotation.
He's up and down like the other young guns.
Okay, anything else? But, again, on all right, so
Holland's another one. Derek Holland is another one. Come on.
He's not a starter.
Well, he is this year, isn't he?
He shouldn't be.
Yeah, well, so anyway, you get into this ball game last night. Anderson was not at his best. I will firmly, admit that. But the guys that came in after, come on, Musgrave, 2 runs in an inning, 2/3. McGee, again, he gets an inning.
You're like a broken record. Who cares?
I know.
Again, it's
Jeff
the same
Hoffman, a former starter, he gets 1/3 of an inning, gives up 5 runs on 2 hits, and then Pounders came in and wrapped things up, and he gave up a run in 2/3 of an inning. So again, looking at just some numbers from last night, Musgrave goes to a 4.71 ERA. McGee, 5.40. Hoffman, 14.73. And Pounders, 8.16. No wonder Bud Black got kicked out of the game last night. He didn't want to stomach this as well. I mean, this is awful. I'm sorry. If you are a Rockies fan right now, you are just scratching your head going, this is a nightmare that won't end.
Are you scratching your head or kind of going, this is the Rockies franchise that I've known for quite some time now of that? Again, you hate to say it, but it sounds like last year was just something special that you're not going to see for quite some time. Again, you have that offense, but clearly pitching, as it's been in years past for this franchise, is that issue. It's kind of the curse of the Rockies right now of, hey, you got all these pieces in place. Let's look back a few years ago where you had Todd Helton, you had Troy Tulowitzki, you had Matt Holliday, you had all these big names, and they made it, to the playoffs, I think, in that kind of combination, maybe once, twice?
2007.
Yeah, again, you were fortunate to get to the World Series and then get swept by the Red Sox, but it's a situation where you have all these pieces, at least in offense, you can take care of it. Again, say what you will about Coors Field adjusting or at least being a compliment to the offenses there for these Rockies teams, but it's that curse, at least it feels like it for the Rockies, of you have everything, but pitching kills you every single time.
And again, don't blame pitching at Coors Field because DeGrom comes in last night. He fashions a 5-hitter.
I'm not blaming pitching at Coors. I'm blaming the pitchers.
I know, but he fashions a 5-hitter over 8 innings. He K'd 7. Through 106 pitches in 8 innings of work, his ERA is 1.51. So he kind of maintained. But you're starting to see.
You mean kind of maintain? He does that.
You're starting to see right now the us versus them. It's almost like the guys that are out on the field. And again, they were not having a great night last night. There's no doubt about it. But I think their focus has been kind of taken off their game, wondering who's going to come in and who's going to bring gasoline to the fire. I just got this feeling. Again, still not happy. Me, personally, still not happy with that LeMahieu-Blackmon. I think that needs to be switched off.
Again, with this franchise, you go back years of what seems like last year was a flash in the pan for the Rockies organization. This is nothing new, especially if you are a lifelong Rockies fan or if you've been following this team for quite some time. What we're seeing this season is nothing really that new. Am I right? Again, let's be honest. With
so
the
last year was a total fluke in your.
It sounds like it. Again, where we're looking at right now with the Rockies at this situation, I think it's a very viable thing. As you're again, you might want to realize that we are live on video as well too while you're doing things over there. But anyways,
yeah, I'm just fixing something.
Well, no one wants to see all that. Come on now. You're making all of us disgusted. Anyways, though, my point, though, with the Rockies, it is at this point where it was a flash in the pan. It certainly seems like it. I do not, again, I'll stand by my word with this Colorado team and say they're not making it to the playoffs. Unless they do some massive moves at the trade deadline, which I seriously doubt they will. Again, this team, I feel like it has a bad taste of making offseason or at least moves and also to spending money at this point. They're going to go, we invested all this money. It's turned into nothing. It's turned into a bigger fire now in this organization. This team is not going to the playoffs at this point in time. They're going to go, again, they're on a slow downturn. They're in a tailspin at this point. And last year, I think, absolutely was they got very fortunate to make it to the wild card. And again, we saw what happened. They got beaten pretty handedly by the Arizona Diamondbacks. But I think what we're seeing this year is, again, a consistent of what we know of this franchise for years. And, again, without being a diehard fan, but being around it, absolutely. With this Rockies team. Again, this is nothing new if you're a fan. And call me out if I'm wrong.
No, what I'm saying is who...
Again, like I said, that's why I brought up Helton, Tulowitzki, those holiday years. You had a few other big names.
11 years ago, though.
Okay, but again, you had offense. You had all these big names there. But what kept them from out of the playoffs was your pitching.
Well, and here's the deal, too. I mean, you look at, and again, I'm going to have to disagree back in 2007 because they actually got there.
Still was a flash in the pan. That was one and done. Did we see him 2008 make it back?
No. But here's the deal, too. You look at trade bait, so to speak. I mean, right now I look at arms.
Trade bait was the guy as well, too, who scored 2 home runs last night, but again, that's my opinion.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm looking at here if the Rockies are to make some moves, I mean, there's not many guys you could throw out there right now that are going to flip a lot of general managers' eyes wide open, going, "Wow, we got to have him." I mean, there's Adam Ottavino right now is probably the only guy.
I don't think the Rockies would deal with him or at least dealt him away, but certainly with the league's lowest, again, one of the worst ERA combined of the team, again, where you're tossing out, hey, we have starters, we have relievers that are tossing out 4 point whatever ERAs or getting to 7, 8 ERA. If you're a team, if you're Cleveland or you're whoever in contention, Houston, maybe, again, kind of looking along, Braves, if you're looking for help to kind of boost yourself or something, Brewers, you're kind of looking at, are these pieces with the Rockies something that's going to help my team get into the playoffs
I don't know. I mean, some of these guys might need
7 ERA. Again.
I'm just saying, some of these guys might need a change of location. I don't know if
absolutely. I think they do, but teams are they going to put up the pieces that the Rockies are going to willing to take? I don't know.
But see, the Rockies right now are carrying 3 catchers. They don't need to be carrying 3 catchers. So one could go from that mix, whether it's Iannetta, Murphy, or Walters.
Unless they're going to try and do kind of the Buster Posey of, hey, maybe you're an infielder, you're catcher slash.
I don't know. You got 5 infielders right now, so if one goes down, you got somebody to relieve, and basically that's McMahon in for Desmond. You got 5 outfielders. You could make room with 1 outfielder. The Rockies really don't have a hell of a lot to put up for trade.
No.
Again, I mean, they're going to have to buy.
And are they, though? That's the big question. And again, I think they have that sour taste in their mouth. No, they're not going to. Absolutely not. Again, they're going to go, hey, this offseason, we opened the checkbook. We spent all this money. It's gained us nothing. we're not going to do it again. I don't see that ownership, again, doing something that outlandish of what we saw. Again, at least the offseason, we all thought that was kind of outlandish. It was very surprising. It was a small step in the right direction for that organization, but it was also too very odd to see because you're not accustomed to it. I feel like coming up here before trade deadline, I don't see it. I don't see the Rockies being that aggressive team. I think they're going to try and hope for something on the trade. Again, maybe a company of, hey, we got Cargo along with him, and let's find something out.
I think if we are going to look at this team right now, today, if we're going to let me finish.
This team's a selling team.
It's a sell. Exactly. That's what I say. This team is going to be more of a seller.
But who are they selling though? And that'd be the interesting question of. Again, do they dare touch Blackmon? Do they dare touch Arenado? Do they dare touch?
Blackmon is basically, I'll tell you right now, the infield.
Do they do the Billy Bean way of, hey, you've been an all-star, you've been great, bye-bye?
But the infield is pretty much set. And I think they're going to do everything they can to re-sign DJ LeMahieu. They're going to keep those 4 intact. The story's already.
Well, that would be the smart thing to do.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do. And Desmond is in for a couple, 3 more years as well. In the outfield, Blackmon's in place for about 5 years. Cargo, I would venture to say, will be gone. Parr is in for a couple more years. And David Dahl, who just came back this year, he's in place for a couple more years under his old salary.
I'm just saying, again, Arenado, do I see him leaving? No. Do I see Blackmon leaving or at least getting traded at this point or at least adding in a package deal? No, but maybe a Trevor Story of, hey, he's improving. Maybe we'll pair with him.
You don't have anybody down in the minors. Yes, you got Pat Valleca, but actually, like I said, as critical and as much as I got in his case about whiffing, I would have to say right now, if they give out a Most Improved award, he would get it right now. He has picked up his game. He has. And I will.
Most Improved is a guy who's garnering all-star votes, and I would, again, as a homer, would say Brandon Belt of what his numbers have been compared. But that's just my opinion.
Let me give you what he's done in the regular season to date, just for argument's sake.
Bring up Brandon Belt's stats.
I will too. All right, but here's Story. Story has been in 72 games, 272 at bats. He's got 73 hits, 38 runs, 17 doubles, 4 triples, 15 home runs, 54 RBIs,
strikeouts,
81 in 72 games.
So he's averaging at least one.
He's on pace to do about 182 this year. He's walked 28 times. He stole 9 bases. He's been caught twice. So he's hitting right around 270. It's a lot better than what he did last year.
Last year was just a complete, just pathetic season for Trevor Story. But absolutely, again, is he most improved? At least on that Rockies team, absolutely, you would have to say so. But across the league, I would say, are other teams going to agree with that one? No, not really. He's still, again, that strikeout count where you have more strikeouts than you do hits.
Or games.
That's still not a good stat.
But again, it's a hell of a lot better than whiffing over 200.
But that could
times.
Be, and again,
that's one out of.
I'm just saying, tossing that name out though, Trevor Story. I think he could be a viable for the Rockies. Of hey, McGee to kind of. Hey, McGee, you still got this 6 or 7 ERA, but we'll pair you with Trevor Story, who's trying to improve himself, or at least you can tell from his stats he's improving from last year. He's a quality defenseman for any team. Hey, take a chance, any team out there who want to be takers. Again, you're talking about who do they pair with or what big name do you accompany to at least assist for the Rockies. Maybe that's one name, along with also Carlos Gonzalez, of going, hey, here's this guy, Carlos Gonzalez. He can be a quality DH American League teams or something like that.
There's always going to be a taker out there. And again, Cargo is only signed for this season, so they're not the teams that
you don't have to buy up a whole lot of money.
Yeah, you're not going to absorb a buttload of salary with Cargo. You wanted Brandon Belt. Let me give you Belt right now. And again, good numbers, 56 games played. The only thing about Belt.
Again, he was out with the recent
I understand that,
appendix issue.
But he's missed a lot of games already.
Okay, what are you going to do with an appendix? You can't really
I'm not trying
that.
to. Also, didn't he have another injury? Didn't he have a concussion earlier?
Again, can't really control that one either.
All right, but him, Panic, and Crawford usually spend a lot of time DLing.
Not so much Crawford. Crawford
right now is on the paternity DL. But here's the deal.
Again, nothing you can fault the guy for. I
know
don't know what
the
hell you're trying to say.
Here's Belt. 56 games played, 203 at-bats. He's got 61 hits, 34 runs, 11 doubles, 1 triple, 12 home runs, 33 RBI, 29 bases on balls. He's struck out 54 times. I will give him a tip of the cap there. He is
a guy you complained about for however long. He's improved.
He's cut down on his whiffs. He's projected to do
and what's his average?
300.
There you go.
He's got 2 stolen bases on the season.
Hey, again, we've seen him dip down the low 200s there in average. Again, you want to talk about probably most improved player, you got to look at him.
On the Giants, but you have to go back to Story. That again, I don't really like him batting in the 4 or 5 hole, but I don't think there's anybody besides Arenado who can bat in that 4 or 5 hole. And again, he's done the job. He's hitting 270. So again, you're bringing up issues, or at least you're bringing up stats right now and everything about the Rockies where we know that's consistent with the offense. We know that the hitting is there. We know that they can score runs. Again, what is the cause of this massive fire right now in the Rockies organization? It's pitching. It always has been. It's always going to be, and it's probably going to be for the rest of the season, where it's going to cost them another playoff run, where they're going to slowly slip behind in the NL West. And right now, if you're looking for, at least with the New York Mets, where we talked about a team that's trying to figure that ship out right now, trying to get it in the right direction, hey, what better team to take advantage of and kind of right the ship right now is against the Rockies if you are the New York Mets, and they certainly showed it last night, including, again, the 2 home runs from Cheyenne's own Brandon Nimmo. Yeah, and again, you look at the Mets.
We need to take a break too.
I know we need to take a break, but you look at the Mets situation. They got a crowded outfield as well. And right now you're.
That's why I'm saying again, Brandon Nimmo. I don't foresee him being again. If you are the Mets, at least if I'm a fan of that team, I would say absolutely you want him on that team. What he's doing this season is nothing short of phenomenal. But it is a situation of, hey, we are the Mets. We're really not playing for much here in the NL East with all these other teams that are kind of looking up to. Hey, here is this guy. He's putting on great numbers right now. What are you going to give us in return? You'll probably give us a lot of good things because, again, of what he's doing. Am I right? Again, you're talking about a crowded outfield. Hey, I don't think they're going to get rid of Cespedes anytime soon.
No. Who's they're going to get rid of is Joey Bautista. Joey Bats is 37 years old.
Yeah, he
needs
to retire.
He's done, yeah. Bruce, Cespedes, Michael Conforto, Nimmo. But, again, it's kind of hard to bench one of those 4 guys. Every one of those guys that I mentioned.
Or send them out to Las Vegas, where you've already done that with Nimmo.
So, I mean, one of these guys is going to be the odd man out. And
again, I think it's Nimmo, again, where you've already kind of set that in stone of earlier this season, send him out with the 51s. Now kind of playing around. He's putting on these great numbers. Again, I think it's something that the Mets toss around and go, hey, check this guy out. He's putting on great numbers. Who wants him? And will give us great pieces for it. I think it's kind of that perfect storm right now for the Mets of, I think by trade deadline, he will no longer be in the Big Apple. He's going to be amongst a playoff team or someone who needs an outfielder. Maybe a Giants team where, again, we know they are aggressive. They certainly could use without the likes of an Austin Jackson, or, again, maybe they do find a way to get rid of Hunter Pence, as that's been kind of tossed around. Again, there are plenty of teams out there that would look at him and go, yeah, I like what he's doing. Here's what we got in our minor league system, or draft picks, or we got this key player. There you go.
Yeah, and I would look at a case like Joey Bats is going to get waived. I would assume there's somebody on the Las Vegas 51s that is ready to get called up as well from the outfield side. I don't know. But the thing is,
there was no one really that spectacular when I was watching him last year.
Yeah, but it can't be any worse than Joey Bats.
I don't know.
His day has come and gone.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll delve more into this. I'm telling you.
Do we have to? Again, there's nothing more to speak on it. The Rockies are terrible.
It's such an ugly movie that's going on at Coors Field and on a road trip near you. We'll be back after these words on 1480 K-Ray.
Chick-fil-A is a proud supporter of our high school athletes at East, Central, and South.
May the school year bring success to all of you. Before you start your day, stop by Chick-fil-A for a hearty, delicious, and satisfying breakfast. Only at Windmill and Del Range. Breakfast is served Monday through Saturday from 6 in the morning till 10:30 a.m. Breakfast with Chick-fil-A, the most important meal of the day at Windmill and Del Range.
We are the key to your cleaning success. The Key People that provides affordable office and professional cleaning services for over 40 years with exceptional customer care. All of our contractors have background checks and are licensed and bonded. We guarantee you a safe and secure service that is tailored to your individual and business needs. The Key People do not impose year-long contracts, and all quotes are free, confidential, and personalized. Call the Key People at 1-800-468-8283. That's 1-800-468-8283.
The time is now, and the place to go is Jolly Rogers RV Sales and Service for their annual model clearance sale of Jayco RVs and fifth wheels. This is your year to travel the countryside, and what better way with your Jayco RV from Jolly Rogers RV Sales and Service. And to put you on the road today, save 30% on their annual model clearance. Their savings are always the best on whatever model you select. Come see and take home your favorite today when you buy from Jolly Rogers RV Sales and Service at 6102 East Highway 30 in Cheyenne, or go online to jollyrogersrvs.com.
Here's the latest weather forecast on 1480 K-Ray.
For today, it'll be cloudy with rain showers likely throughout the day with highs around 65. Then for tonight, it'll be mostly cloudy with more rain showers likely with lows around 46. On Wednesday, it'll be partly sunny with a possible thunderstorm in the afternoon with highs around 65. And on Wednesday night, it'll be partly cloudy with lows around 44.
We're taking Cheyenne, Wyoming Sports Talk Radio to a whole new level. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today.
Don't look at me. I think these people are completely nuts.
Stop this crazy thing!
And it's only here on AM 1480 K-Ray.
All right. You know, it's tough not to, I mean, really, you could do a full program on the Rocks.
Again, there's other stuff to talk about than the Rockies. Again, it is a garbage fire down there in Denver. There's no signs that it's going to change at any point in time right now, so just let it lie. Let other teams take advantage. Again, one of the worst home records amongst Major League Baseball, and they keep on showing it. They don't want to win in front of that home crowd, and obviously that home crowd doesn't really want to show up as well too. So again, Rockies, this is right at this point in time, do not be surprised that this team does not make it to the playoffs.
Well, the sad fact is of this, though, is you're paying a lot of money to these specialists. Believe it or not. I mean,
again, the most expensive bullpen of all of Major League Baseball with the Colorado Rockies, and it's doing this.
Oh, it's
I'm just saying, you talk about a team and ownership group that was afraid to spend money. Think about it now. You put up all of this money, and we talk, again, expensive. The most expensive bullpen in all of Major League Baseball is down there in Denver, Colorado, with the cheapest organization in all of probably MLB besides the Oakland A's. And I again, that's why I keep on saying the key word is sour taste, or at least the key words is sour taste in that mouth down there of, I don't see him doing it again. This is a team that's going to be sellers at trade deadline. They are going to unload these pieces.
Yeah, I think they're
going to have to buy. They're going to have to bite it and go, we tried it. We're not doing it again. We're not trying it again. That was awful.
They are flying so low under the radar right now that they're almost going to become an afterthought in the NL West.
They're already at that point of an afterthought. Again, other teams were.
In your opinion, they're still, again, look at the actual games behind.
They're fortunate to play in the NL West.
That's right, where everybody's been beating everybody up. All right, I want to move on to hockey here. This is an interesting story about Mike Hoffman.
Well, there's other stories as well, too, local that we need to talk as well, too, at LCCC News.
Well, we'll get to that here. I just want to get to Mike Hoffman. He was traded twice this morning, going from the Ottawa Senators to the Sharks of San Jose, then to the Panthers, nearly a week after allegations surfaced that his fiancée harassed Ottawa captain Erik Karlsson's wife online. Now, the first deal sent Hoffman, ECHL defenseman Cody Donahue, and Ottawa's fifth-round choice in 2020 draft to San Jose for veteran forward Michael Boddicker, defenseman Julius Bergman, and a sixth-round draft choice in 2020. Senators General Manager Pierre Doran said in a statement that the trade showcases our determination to strengthen the future of the team by improving chemistry, leadership, and character in the locker room and on the ice. And the good news is you're still not going to win. And 2 hours later, Hoffman was traded again, this time going from San Jose to Florida, along with a 7th-round pick in this year's draft for the Panthers. Picks in the 2nd, 4th, and 5th rounds of the draft, which begins on Friday.
So what?
You're a man. You're a man that nobody wants right now. That's what's kind of funny.
Again, you realize that you have a cancer in your locker room. It's going to affect team chemistry. Get rid of him. Good on you, Sharks, and also to Ottawa of, hey, let's deal him around and get what we can out of him, and have a little bit of fun at expense of, well, if your wife's going to do this, then here you go. Have fun. Have fun moving from San Jose to Florida. Granted, that trade was, I think it lasted, or he was a Shark for about maybe half an hour.
I don't think he had a chance to clean out his locker before he was sent packing to, now he'll go to Florida.
Again, for the Ottawa Senators, nothing wrong with that. Again, they address that problem in the locker room, then kudos to him. Now in the NBA, if you could figure that out, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Carmelo Anthony, of why people still want him on, Kawhi Leonard, and all these other kind of cancerous.
We go right down the list. All right, moving along here, you have some news.
Just a quick blurb.
Well, they came out at LCCC, and again, with the coach. The rodeo coach resigning early this year, as he will be.
Well, he accepted the position over at UW.
Yeah, he resigned to go be the head coach at UW.
Well, when you say resign, it just sounds like a negative. No,
he resigned to become the head coach over at UW with their rodeo program, Coach Clark. So now we promote from within at LCCC to take over his position.
Yeah, so LCCC has promoted within assistant coach at the time, Seth Glaus. He will be named new head coach of the rodeo program at LCCC. He has been working primarily with rough stock riders at LCCC, but now will take on the full reins of the program coming up this upcoming, at least next season, as they just recently wrapped up the college and national finals rodeo up in Casper, Wyoming. So rodeo season, at least on the LCCC side, has wrapped up. So for next season, he will be taking over the reins and guiding that program. And hopefully with Seth, from my understanding, with Jose Arenas over there at LCCC, Seth is on the road right now, kind of in spotty areas, I do believe, in the state of Wyoming. So we'll try to reach out to him, try to get him in studio next week. That's when he should be back on the LCCC campus. So hopefully we'll bring him in studio and pick his brain and talk about LCCC rodeo and being the head man.
And I think the shifting of coaches, again, he's been part of the program at LCCC, so not much is going to change. All it's going to have is his philosophy leading the way right now. Again, Coach Clark goes over to UW. He brings over his philosophy from LCCC. Pretty much, very
well. And again, what it does is also too opens up for LCCC opportunities for those junior college athletes and participants in rodeo of saying, hey, Bo, you've been a part of this program. Seth. Again, he was a part of your coaching staff. You know what he's going to deliver. And, again, kind of opens up that pipeline, if there wasn't already one, to the University of Wyoming of saying, hey, we got these local products here in Cheyenne. Let's head them on over to Laramie and compete on the division, at least in the main stage, at least at a four-year school once we're done at LCCC. So, again, it makes sense as well, too, for LCCC. Again, all the best luck to Seth. And, again, hopefully we will get him in studio coming up next week to pick his brain and congratulate him on the new head coach position.
And you would think both programs are going to be, well cared for.
I think so.
And I don't think
we saw what Bo did.
They won't miss a beat.
We saw what Bo did. And, again, Bo, what he did with his LCCC program, again, got it back on the map and still had some representatives. I do believe we had at least one at the College National Finals rodeo up in Casper. So, again, it is, along with every other athletics there in LCCC, again, getting it on the national spotlight across the country of you saying, hey, we got these athletes here in Cheyenne. Take a look. And they're doing phenomenal things here for LCCC. So,
well, the nice thing, too, is we got just about all the coaching positions filled now. We just have one left.
Women's soccer at Cheyenne East.
And that's all that we have left. But it's
going off of the East philosophy, we should know probably by next week. As they get that done quick and, fast in a hurry.
Well, it's interesting, too, though. This has been a season of a lot of coaching changes. And again, good.
Again, with Bo, so you had Bo leaving from LCCC. That's the only, at least, college ranking that was at least here in town. Let's see, we had three basketball coaches.
You had boys coach at East. You had
two boys, one girls,
all right,
and girls soccer. So in total in this town we've seen
one football coach.
Yeah, football as well too. So in total we've seen 6 coaches in the city of Cheyenne that have at least open vacancies for head coaching positions here in the city of Cheyenne. So
it's one of those anomaly years that there's a lot of movement.
Yeah, anomaly as well too, where majority of those coaches just went to schools within town. Again, Jeff Bailey going from east to south. You saw Jim Schaefer go from south to central.
You had Rusty Horsley go from one locker room to the other.
Yeah.
So I mean,
it's been an oddball year.
Yeah, but again, a lot of movement with coaches, but some just hanging around their own campus as well. All right, we're going to take a timeout. We'll come back. We got more Wyoming Sports Talk today. We do have a guest coming in the 4 o'clock hour, right?
Yeah.
And that would be the head coach of the Cheyenne Mustangs.
I mean, why would you question that? Yeah, I posted it everywhere. Again, you need to trust what I've been doing here.
Anyway,
when I say it's going to happen, it's
across the way.
There's no hurt feelings. Again,
I want to remind everybody that Rick Thompson, the head coach of the Cheyenne Mustangs, will be in here in our 4 o'clock hour. So we'll talk some baseball again with the Mustangs. We'll also, I guess they got a camp coming up as well.
Clinic.
And we also have their Summer Classic tournament. So we'll get some more baseball in with the Mustangs, and we'll pick his brain on a few things as well. We're back after these words on 1480 K-Ray.
When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think authentic Italian. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think made fresh from scratch. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think great pizza, delicious Philly cheesesteak, superb hot and cold Italian sandwiches, meatballs, sausage, and special subs, calzones, crisp salads, and great service. When you say Mondello's Pizzeria, think unmatched Italian taste. Mondello's Pizzeria, 1507 Stillwater Avenue, your only true Italian stop for lunch or dinner.
Is your teenager ready to drive?
Come on, Mom. Let's go.
Sorry, you're not ready to drive yet.
What? Come on.
You need to complete a driver's ed class first.
The Wyoming-Montana Safety Council offers a complete driver's education program taught by Tim Woodard, former Laramie County School District's driver's ed teacher. Classes are starting soon. Please call 635-4592 to sign up or go to wmsafetycouncil.org. Wyoming-Montana Safety Council. Think safe. Live safe.
At Medicap Pharmacy, we concentrate on nothing but your medications and your health. Each location is a locally owned, full-service neighborhood pharmacy. We won't make you walk through aisles and aisles of stuff or wait in a long line. Instead, we'll always make time for you by listening, answering your questions, and explaining your prescriptions.
Medicap Pharmacy. We'll always make time for you.
Medicap Pharmacy, 1947 Bluegrass Circle, next to Texas Roadhouse in Cheyenne. Or call 635-3712.
Do you have a big remodeling project in mind? Then the best tool for you is a home equity line of credit from Platte Valley Bank. Whether you are remodeling, making home repairs, or expanding, a home equity line of credit can help you finish that project. Stop in and we'll show you the hidden value in your home with a home equity line of credit from Platte Valley Bank.
Some restrictions may apply, subject to credit approval. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Wow, it's hot enough out there to fry chicken. Summer's coming, so now's the time to find ways to beat the heat in Marv's Plumbing and Heating. 1515 Logan Avenue is the best place to go to get cool. Marv's Plumbing and Heating, which provides complete air conditioning, installation, inspection, and repair services, is offering its air conditioning inspections for just $98. So beat the heat right now by calling Marv's Plumbing and Heating today at 316-7634. That's 316-7634.
This is R.J. Fox. 1480 K-Ray is your home for live play-by-play coverage of high school basketball and football. Join me as you'll hear all the play-by-play of Cheyenne East, Cheyenne Central, and Cheyenne South football and basketball. You'll hear the conference action along with the postseason as well. During the basketball season, 1480 K-Ray will be featuring both boys and girls games. So catch all the calls on AM 1480 K-Ray. Also streaming the games online at 1480kray.com.
Taco John's presents Olay the Day Pep Talks.
Okay, good day in the weight room, boys. Remember, we lift weights for strength. For cardio, we lift weights faster. Wachowski, quit looking at your stomach, son. What you're looking for ain't there. If you want a six-pack, the easiest way to get one is at Taco John's.
Stop in for a six-pack and a pound at Taco John's. Get 6 crispy beef tacos and a pound of potato olays, all for $10.99.
Let's Olay the Day and go get one right now. Last one there has to pick up Mrs. Coach from jiu-jitsu class.
Olay the Day at Taco John's.
John Mason here for Lincoln Way Liquor. I want to thank Cheyenne for helping us grow during our first year of business. We have over 5,000 new customers in our database in just 13 months. Our customers love our low prices, free ice, 2% credit for future purchases, and some really friendly service. And we always have 16 weekly specials on beer, wine, and liquor. We ask you to compare Lincoln Way Liquor, 2825 East Lincoln Way. We're not the largest, but we might just be the best.
You bleed brown and gold? So do we. Wyoming Cowboys football and basketball is always front and center on the show. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today, and it's here on AM 1480. K-Ray.
Well, it looks like another career that was already on the skids. Looks like it's going to go to Cleveland to die as well, too. The Browns today signed former number 2 overall pick Greg Robinson today, according to the team making this announcement. The signing comes days after the NFL announced that offensive tackle Donald Stevenson has been suspended for the first 2 games of the 2018 season for violating the league's substance abuse policy. Last season with the Lions, Robinson struggled along with the rest of the offensive line as the team allowed 23 sacks in 16
And again,
games.
substance abuse, I do believe, again, not performance enhancing. That's a separate thing, I do believe, right? At least with the NFL, it's you have your performance enhancing kind of suspension and
substance abuse would
so,
be like smoking dope.
Yeah, something like that. So, but, again, will he serve those 2 game suspension? Who knows? Again, who really knows with the NFL? He might appeal it and just go, go play.
It's interesting, though, with Robinson, again, a number 2 overall pick.
Mm-hmm.
He's 25 years old. He was traded from the Rams to Detroit last June as the Lions searched for a replacement for then-injured left tackle Taylor Decker. So, again, now you're going to Cleveland. It's almost like you get punished. And I don't mean that,
I would mean it, yeah.
No, I mean,
anyone going to Cleveland.
It seems like if you
it's like going to prison.
If you hear Cleveland right now, it's not a good situation for you.
Not even on the sports world. It's like, do you want to go vacation in Cleveland? I don't know about that.
You only want to go to the
I think that's why LeBron wants out of there. Let's be honest. Again, rumors as we'll keep on the Cleveland train here. Rumor has it, again, from what I've seen on a couple sources, again, this is all internet, so you can trust what you believe, but rumors right now to kind of swirl that about is right now it's sounding like LeBron wants out of Cleveland. It's sounding like all signs are pointing to he's not going to go to San Antonio, that he's instead
he's not going to Denver.
No, Denver don't even. That was
he's not going to Denver.
Again, that was a cruel joke on Denver fans. Why you would just break their hearts like that, or at least get their hopes high, just like the Nuggets this past season.
I don't think that was ever even entertained.
No, not by LeBron. It was just by Earl Boykins just being cruel to Nuggets fans. But anyways, it does seem like all signs are pointing that LeBron might be heading out to the Lakers, but we will see. Again, he has an entire offseason to make that decision. But also, too, again, as we've been talking for quite some time about this, it does sound like other teams right now are kind of waiting on that situation, waiting also, too, on draft day, because that's fastly approaching as well, where moves might be made, draft day, pieces might be altered, and to potentially try to win over the LeBron sweepstakes. And again, also, too, there were signs, or at least I do believe it is fact at this point, that LeBron's oldest son, I do believe, has now enrolled in school out in the Los Angeles area, so that might be indications that he is heading out there, but again, who knows at this point in time. But again, rumors floating about that he might be a Los Angeles Laker coming up this season.
And your thoughts?
My thoughts on it right now are okay, good. You get to now see the Warriors a couple more times. Again, it elevates that Lakers team into, again, they are going to be, if this does happen, they would be a playoff team. There's no doubt about it. They're not going to be the top seed there in the Western Conference. There's no doubt about that. But it's a situation where I give a little credit to LeBron of challenging himself, I guess, of not taking the easy route per se on at least with the Eastern Conference. Hey, you're challenging yourself here in the Western. You got to prove yourself, especially in the Pacific Division. If he were to go that route against the top dog that is the Golden State Warriors at this point in time, I would not fault him for that. Again, leaving the Cleveland situation of just that ownership group and just the pieces that, why you got rid of Kyrie Irving? You pick up Isaiah Thomas? Are you insane? Unless there was something behind scenes that we do not know between Kyrie and LeBron, I highly doubt. But why would you ever make that trade anytime soon? You're just insane, Cleveland. But for LA, again, a young team, players that you could develop around, or at least a team you can build. If they do keep on Alonzo Ball in this situation, or Kuzma, or whoever, hey, kudos to LeBron to kind of challenge himself per se in the Western Conference if he does go that route. But it's going to be a major challenge, again, where you're playing in the same division as pretty much your heated rival of that Golden State Warrior team.
See, and I'm, with this,
again, all
with the kid,
rumors, and this might be
with the kid supposedly enrolling in Los Angeles.
No, I think that's fact that he is enrolled in LA school. Obviously, not going to school now, but he has enrolled to at least attend.
And I'm surprised that the Rockets have not had their day in court, so to speak, with LeBron. I just can't believe.
Well,
LeBron
and Chris Paul came out because he's on free agency as well right now, and he's
unrestricted.
And he's been, at least I do believe he was quoted earlier, if not today or this week, of saying that he's willing to work with the Rockets in any way, shape, or form to adjust his contract to stay with the Rockets, but also to bring in LeBron. Again, like I've been telling you, these big-name players are going to take a look at what Golden State did of being at least kind of sacrificial to their paychecks and go, in order to win, we need to do this. I'll take that pay cut. I'll certainly do that. Again, I think Chris Paul can certainly afford a pay cut where, again, we've seen him on the State Farm ads and wherever else he's kind of plastered about. I think you're going to see that quite at least this offseason of, hey, Houston, this is Chris Paul. I'm willing to take a pay cut if you're going to bring in LeBron, and that's going to give me an opportunity to win a championship. And again, where I think they're gonna absolutely take that sacrifice of pay cut. Again, Harden never won it. Paul never won it. I think they're at that point where they're desperate. Where we're willing to do anything to win it. Finally, and now.
Well, and then you also have the other youngster that's also a free agent for Houston too. And you were thinking yesterday, and we were kind of just
youngster.
Well, he's. Anybody under 30 is a youngster to me, but moving on to the Warriors, you thought that he had a possibility of moving on to the Warriors as well. I can't.
With Houston?
Yeah, he's with Houston right now. Not a reason. Oh, what the heck is his name?
Eric Gordon?
No. Oh, crap. Now you're going to make me
think. Again, of anyone that is worth value on Houston, again, James Harden, you got Eric Gordon, you got Ariza.
Ariza there, that's what I'm saying. I thought he's a free agent.
Yeah, he is a free agent, but the Warriors have not entertained that he's going to join.
Oh, I thought you told me yesterday that he would be a good fit if he went to Golden State.
I don't think I have ever said anything about Trevor, at least Ariza moving to the Warriors.
I mean, you thought.
I'm just saying adding him. No, I don't think I ever said that. Again, Ariza, sure, if he went to the Warriors, cool. He might be again 6th, 7th, player coming off the bench or something, but other than that, though, it's nothing where I go woohoo.
See, because here's the deal too: if you bring,
I think the one player you were probably mistaking for is probably Anthony Davis.
No, you already said that he was going to retire; he would not play.
No, I'm just saying. But if Anthony Davis, that's a player where if the Warriors were to pick up, absolutely, that elevates him. Where again, you get that threat of a big man, where he also too has that threat of a KD where, again, he can score from any range on that floor and adds that new element where, again, they have height and also, too, can score from wherever. But again, that's looking like it's not going to happen.
And you got me thinking last night too. I just don't see K-Love being a good fit for the Warriors as well.
I don't either,
because I know he's going to be, and he's going to be off once LeBron makes his announcement. Whenever it's going to happen here, probably like you said after the draft. But the point is, K-Love's going to be gone. This Cleveland team's just going to be decimated. They're just going to be nothing.
Well, and we've kind of suspected that if they weren't going to win this season, that none of those pieces were going to at least continue on. It was going to be a Cleveland Cavaliers team where they're going to have to rebuild, and it's a situation that they've been in, quite at least years ago, and it's nothing that is new to them. Kevin Love, if he were to go to the Warriors again, and they are looking at trade possibilities with him, again, what is his value worth, and what are the Warriors willing to put up for? But I think, again, other big men were Pachulia, not that great. David West probably is going to retire. JaVale, he has stints that he wants to be great, and then you just kind of question of just why you take that shot or you miss that easy dunk. Why? I think, again, to solve that big man, that inside problem that the Warriors do have right now, again, get that big guy in the middle to kind of protect, K-Love, not a bad solution. Not a bad solution if they go that route.
Yeah, I just don't.
Thank you for your groveling there.
No, I just don't. I disagree. Like I said, I thought about it a lot last night, and it's like I just don't see him being that fit. He's just not.
Again, it's a big man who can score as well too from any range. Again, he does have his issues every once in a while, but again, I'll take him. I'll take him any day compared to Pachulia. I'll take him any day.
You're not going to get an argument out of me there. I mean,
again, he's quality player compared to JaVale. David West, again, I think he should retire. At least nothing against him, but I think he should go on top.
I would go with Dirk Nowitzki before I would go with K-Love, though. I mean, and Dirk's like
not
39,
at this point, though.
40 years old.
I wouldn't. Again, all respect to Nowitzki, but I think Kevin Love, if you're looking for a big man, if Anthony Davis is not going to be your guy for the Warriors, yeah, I think Kevin Love is probably your next best solution.
I still think the Warriors.
Again, we're talking
out there without McGee, when they threw Iguodala out there, when they're in their smaller lineup, because again,
Iguodala is a player you cannot trust at this point in time. Because again, look at all the injuries that he ran through this season. He is showing his age.
But also too, if you move LeBron over to Houston, just for argument's sake, they become smaller as well too. They're no different than the Warriors.
Yeah, unless they want to start Nene out there, but
really?
No, I'm just kidding. But again, at least for the Warriors, again, if you go to answer those big man threats like an Anthony Davis, if they face New Orleans again or whoever has another big, powerful scorer, and again, you're trying to keep them off that board, why not go after Kevin Love? Defensive-wise, he's pretty solid. Again, offense, he can be clutch. I say, why not?
He's off.
It's just off injured. Okay, Petrulia's off injured. Curry's off injured. It kind of seems like, again, it's part of the game at this point in time, but it certainly would be a solution to a problem if they do take on a big man that's going to be aggressive on the inside. Again, imagine if Boogie Cousins was there for the Pelicans, of how probably tough it would be for that Warriors defense to kind of control two big men on that floor. Just say.
Yeah.
Just say.
All right. I
don't expect you to respond.
No, I don't. I just don't. I disagree. I just don't think Caleb's a good fit with the Warriors. That's just my opinion.
Again, it's all rumor. It's all hearsay. We do not know. Again, here we are at the thick of it. We're at the beginning of what is going to be off-season.
Well, I got a feeling more people are calling the Warriors, and the Warriors are making inquiries about people right now as it is anyway. The Warriors.
Why wouldn't they?
Yeah, the Warriors could just sit pat right now and let their phone ring and say, "Hey, we'll think about it."
And why not?
Yeah, I mean,
you are the top team. Again, hey, you got all this talent, you got all these players. Let's work.
All right, we're going to take a timeout. We come back. We're going to get back into the baseball talk on the local side, and we'll be back after these words on 1480 K-Ray.
This is 1480 KRAE Cheyenne.
Also being heard on translator K266CC Cheyenne at 101.1 FM.
As Cheyenne's weather turns warmer, dust and pollen can become a problem for those with allergies, asthma, or respiratory issues. And the last thing you want in the summer heat is poor air quality in your home or office. So it's time to turn to Marv's Plumbing and Heating. That's right, Cheyenne's most trusted plumbing, sewer, and heating business also services air conditioning. Marv's Plumbing and Heating, 1515 Logan Avenue, can handle all your air conditioning needs. Give them a call, 316-7634. That's 316-7634.
Is your teenager ready to drive?
Come on, Mom. Let's go.
Sorry, you're not ready to drive yet.
What? Come on.
You need to complete a driver's ed class first.
The Wyoming-Montana Safety Council offers a complete driver's education program taught by Tim Woodard, former Laramie County School District's driver's ed teacher. Classes are starting soon. Please call 635-4592 to sign up or go to wmsafetycouncil.org. Wyoming-Montana Safety Council. Think safe, live safe.
What you are about to hear is a sports talk radio show unlike any other that has ever before been broadcast in the capital city of Cheyenne, Wyoming, USA. This is Cheyenne, Wyoming's Sports Talk Authority. The Wyoming Cowboys, the Denver Broncos, the Colorado Rockies, and the Denver Nuggets. The show is local, it's regional, and yes, the show is national as well. Wyoming Sports Talk Today is on the air. If they're talking sports on the radio in Cheyenne, this is the place it happens. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today.
And it is hour number 2 of Wyoming Sports Talk Today for a Tuesday afternoon, a threatening weather day for this Tuesday. Our program is being brought to you by Lincoln Way Liquor at 2825 East Lincoln Way, Marv's Plumbing and Heating, 1515 Logan Avenue, the Wyoming-Montana Safety Council, Mondello's Pizzeria, 1507 Stillwater Avenue, Suite D in the Greenway Commons. Across the street at 1508 Stillwater Avenue, it's First Tier Bank. We also want to thank the key people of Cheyenne, cleaning your place so you don't have to. Give Rachel a call, 414-0074. We also want to thank Lennox Auto Body, ×2. Heather and her great staff taking care of you. The auto glass and detail portion of it over on Pershing Boulevard and on Dunn Avenue, the Auto Repair Center over on Dunn. We also want to thank Medicap Pharmacy on Bluegrass Circle next to Texas Roadhouse. Platte Valley Bank with 2 banking locations Monday through Friday. Check them out over on the east side at the corner of College and Pershing, and the main location, the original location, on Vandehigh. Also, Key of Cheyenne over on Nation Way. We say thank you to Chick-fil-A at the corner of Windmill and Del Range, directly across from Menards. Yes, you can have breakfast 6 days a week with Chick-fil-A and 2 convenient drive-thrus as well. Jolly Rogers RV Sales and Service on Highway 30. And we thank Taco John's, where it is today, Taco Tuesday. But also, they are your home for loaded potato olays. They now have their sirloin steak burrito. Again, you can always get a 6-pack at a pound, but remember, today is Taco Tuesday.
And where are my tacos? Where are they? If it's Taco Tuesday, then where are they for me? Is that... That's your cue to buy.
That's my cue to buy.
Yeah. Why not?
Right.
Oh, I see how it is. I do all this
Taco
stuff.
Tuesday at Taco John's of Cheyenne. And we also want to thank Pepsi of Cheyenne with our Pepsi scoreboard. So we go around, we'll find out what's going on in Nick's world for scores for today. What do you got?
In my world? All right.
Yeah,
well, in my world, over in Omaha, Nebraska, well, we got a few things. And with the College World Series in action, one game earlier today, it is a final with Mississippi State winning 12-2. They will advance on to the bracket. North Carolina will move down to the loser's bracket. They will take on Oregon State coming up tomorrow. Also, 2 other games going on earlier today, or at least it was still going on. It might be final right now, but the last score update we did have was Florida was leading Texas 1-0. That was top of the 5th. And later tonight at 6 o'clock on ESPN, Arkansas will take on Texas Tech. So that's what's happening in the College World Series right now.
Bottom of the 7th, Florida leads Texas 5-0. Update.
Well, it was rain delay out there because, again, they're still fighting off the system.
I know. I've got the update here for you. Major League Baseball, the first of 2 from Wrigley in a day-night double dip. Dodgers have defeated the Cubs in game 1, 4-3. They'll get on with the second game here. Looks like they're scheduling that contest for 6:05 Mountain Time. Other games on the schedule, it will be the M's and the Yankees in the Bronx. Orioles will take on the Nats at Nationals Park. Cardinals and the Phils at Citizens Bank Park. Brewers and the Pirates at PNC. In the Rogers Center, Braves, Blue Jays. White Sox will take on the Indians at Progressive Field. Great American Ballpark as the Motor City Kitties of Detroit and the Cincy Reds. Red Sox and the Twins at Target Field. Rays, Astros at Minute Maid. Astros again currently on a 12-game win streak. Rangers and the Royals at Kauffman Stadium. Mets and the Rocks at Coors Field. Jason Vargas on the hill for the Metropolitans. Roman Marquez, 4-7 with a 5.13 ERA, towing the rubber for the Rockies. Diamondbacks and Halos tonight at Angel Stadium, Anaheim at Petco. The Swingin' A's will take on the San Diego Padres, and the Marlins will face off with the Giants in San Francisco at AT&T, and it will be Derek Rodriguez, son of Pudge Rodriguez. He will get the call for San Francisco this evening. Our scoreboard brought to you by Pepsi of Cheyenne.
This is the Pepsi that's got a date with your taste buds. We're talking 1,000 bubbles dancing a two-step with you and 2 tacos at 2 a.m.
Order number 83. Come on, you're up.
This is the Pepsi that has mastered the art of the late-night munchies and is always down to dig into some deep dish.
Hey, we don't do deep dish, capiche?
Try telling that to Chicago. This is the Pepsi for po' boys, pulled pork sliders, and the godfather of all sandwiches, the Godfather. This is the Pepsi for street carts, anything a la carte, and is dying to make the leap into your grocery cart. Come on, take us home with you. This is the Pepsi for those who are forever fun. This is the Pepsi for every generation.
The time is now, and the place to go is Jolly Rogers RV Sales and Service for their annual model clearance sale of Jayco RVs and fifth wheels. This is your year to travel the countryside, and what better way with your Jayco RV from Jolly Rogers RV Sales and Service. And to put you on the road today, save 30% on their annual model clearance. Their savings are always the best on whatever model you select. Come see and take home your favorite today when you buy from Jolly Rogers RV Sales and Service at 6102 East Highway 30 in Cheyenne, or go online to jollyrogersrvs.com.
Chick-fil-A is a proud supporter of our high school athletes at East, Central, and South. May the school year bring success to all of you. Before you start your day, stop by Chick-fil-A for a hearty, delicious, and satisfying breakfast, only at Windmill and Del Range. Breakfast is served Monday through Saturday from 6 in the morning till 10:30 a.m. Breakfast with Chick-fil-A, the most important meal of the day at Windmill and Del Range. According to the latest Rate Watch report, First Year Bank offers the highest annual percentage yield in the Cheyenne market for 12, 18, 24, 36, 48, and 60-month CDs. The friendly staff is ready to answer any questions and help you open or renew your certificate of deposit. Give Carol, Caitlin, or Deb a call today at 307-632-3500. First Tier Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Here's the latest weather forecast on 1480 K-Ray.
For today, it'll be cloudy with rain showers likely throughout the day with highs around 65. Then for tonight, it'll be mostly cloudy with more rain showers likely with lows around 46. On Wednesday, it'll be partly sunny with a possible thunderstorm in the afternoon with highs around 65. And on Wednesday night, it'll be partly cloudy with lows around 44.
Here, the season never ends. From Wyoming sports to the Broncos in Denver. From Rockies baseball to talking hoops with Nuggets basketball. Local, regional, and national. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today, right here on AM 1480 K-Ray.
We are back on Wyoming Sports Talk today. As you heard from the National Weather Service, again, severe thunderstorm warning in effect here for our area. So, again,
valid until about 4:45 p.m. Possible golf ball size hail.
Let's just say right now it's pea to marble size hail that is out near the airport, if I'm not mistaken.
Again, according to the National Weather Service over there, their offices are seeing pea size hail right now, but it has the potential to be golf ball size.
Okay. Well, again, just be aware of this. And again, we're hearing the thunder booming here, and Mother Nature again having a change of life on us. I'm telling you, it's not baseball weather, that's for sure.
It's good for the wildfire over there, though.
Well, that's good. Put it out, and then let's get back to some sunshine and let's play ball. Anyway, we have Rick Thompson, head coach of the Cheyenne Mustangs. You know, Coach, before we get into all of the Mustang things that are going on, and I'm thinking of Brandon Nimmo right now. I know that Brandon did not play in the Mustangs organization. He was a Sixer. But and I know Post 6 was down at the game last night, and he had the chance to speak to kids. The Brandon Nimmo influence amongst our high school kids that are now playing in our program with the Mustangs, with the Sixers. Tell me a little bit what Brandon's bringing to the table for these kids. Is he talked about? Do kids say, "Gosh, I want to do the same thing that Brandon's doing right now"?
Larry, Nick, thanks for having me on the show again this week. Appreciate it. It's always a pleasure to be here. What Brandon Nimmo is doing for Wyoming baseball is great. I think there's a lot of kids from Cheyenne who look at him and say, it's possible. It's possible to come out of Wyoming and make it all the way to the major leagues. And watching him do what he's doing is great to see.
Now, with your kids and again with the Sixers, we get some looks. We get looks from colleges, and there's probably the Major League Scouting Bureau type scouts that are going to be out there. Do you foresee some of those kids possibly taking that opportunity and maybe going through these tryouts, or is the recommendation from you and your coaching staff go through the college ranks? I mean, I'm confused now with today's kids. Do they want to be a pro ball player now, or do they want to work their way up through the ranks?
Well, I think every kid's dream is to be a pro ball player. The question is what's your realistic path to get there? And I think for most players, it probably is going through the college ranks to get there. Brandon Nimmo was a special player and was noticed in high school and was able to go right out of high school. So there's that avenue as well. But he was a special player, and they tell us that even though Wyoming's a little bit remote, what the thing scouts will tell you is that if you're good and you're out there, they will find you. And he's a perfect example of that. That he was a special athlete in Wyoming, and they found him. But I think for most of the players, it's probably, at least the players that I see right now, probably going through college is their best bet.
If you had a player, though, that came up to you for whatever instance, again, we'll just kind of role play of saying, hey, coach, I got this team of what X amount of saying, hey, they're going to sign me, draft me, and sign me for the X amount of money, or either this major 4-year college is saying, come play for us and we'll get you full ride scholarship. Coach, what do I do? What would kind of be your recommendation of saying, would you go, hey, get your education, kind of work up, or just go, hey, they're tossing out a lot of money, there's your dream, go after it?
And I'm sure you'd have the kids pop with you as well,
yeah.
huh?
Yes. That could be a tough decision. I think it's a family decision. You've got a lot of factors to take into account. I think how high you go in the draft. If you're an early draft round, there's going to be a lot of signing bonus there that there's no guarantee is going to be there later on when you come out of college. So that's a factor. If you're a late round, some of the signing money is very small, and maybe you're better off to go ahead and go to college, get an education, and try to improve your draft stock in the process. So I think there's a lot of things that weigh into the decision, and it's really a case-by-case basis.
Do you get information, for example, I would say, as I recall my days, and we're relics, but usually around the All-Star break, the Major League Scouting Bureau would host a tryout camp. Are there tryout camps out in this part of the world? Not probably in Wyoming, but more down in Colorado, maybe east in Nebraska?
There are some, and there's one over the Christmas break at the Edge in Fort Collins that a few area scouts organize and host and invite other scouts to come. Not necessarily every major league organization will be represented, but there'll be quite a few there, as well as college coaches. There are some in Denver. They're out there. You just have to look for them and find them and go and see how you do.
All right, let's get back to the task at hand, Mustangs baseball.
Well, we can keep on the theme with camps or at least clinic, as you have one upcoming tomorrow, weather depending, as again we might see more rain showers, but hopefully it will clear up for you guys there at Powers Field. But just talk a little bit about the Cheyenne Mustangs baseball clinic coming up tomorrow.
Thank you. Every year we host a youth clinic out at Powers Field for players age 7 to 14 years old. It's from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. It's with Mustangs coaches and players, varsity, junior varsity players. We'll be out there running all the stations, and so it's an opportunity to work on their skills and drills with players who can help with their instruction. We've had good turnout the last few years. Last year I think we had over 120 kids, so it's a challenge to be well organized and make it work well, but it has, and hopefully the weather will cooperate. Being that we're in the morning tomorrow, I think we've got a better chance than being in the afternoon. So Powers Field, the cost is only $30, so it's very inexpensive, and that includes lunch as well.
A lot of these kids will be coming over from CJL, I would probably figure out on this one.
A lot of them do. We get the word out over there, and that's where a lot of the young players come from.
So as you go through basics, and again, I would think in the CJL they teach them to stay low and shuffle your feet and keep your eye on the ball, all that other good stuff. What advancement do you try to teach the kids as they're out there tomorrow?
So what we'll have 8 stations. 4 are defensive stations, 4 are offensive hitting stations. And so we try to instruct on some of the finer points, and we take them through some of the same drills that we do, that our infielders go through on ground ball mechanics, throwing mechanics, swing mechanics, and try to, in the time that we have with them, try to give them some instruction that when they leave they can take with them.
As a pop, and I'm sitting in the stands, with my son who's 12 years old, whatever, and I think he's the world, and I want him one day maybe to don a Mustangs jersey or even a Sixers jersey, however it goes. Do you get that opportunity to chat with the parents as well too, in addition to the kids? Because the kids are going to come out there, they're going to look up to you guys, and this is one of the greatest things in their life, that they're learning more baseball. But sometimes the parents are the ones that need more of the education than the kids, if you get my meaning.
Right, and we communicate with a lot of parents. Sometimes it's because they have questions. Sometimes we simply talk to them, and we notice the players as well, and we'll talk to the parents a little bit, and they'll have questions about, what does Mustangs baseball entail? How much travel do you do? How many games do you play? What are the team sizes and schedules like? And so there's a lot of questions out there that we're there to help them answer, to help them make their decision.
Do you, and again, they're 7 to 14 years old, so the more of the older kids, do you get a sense of, hey, this kid's got potential, and you might grab the parent after and say, a couple of years, let's talk?
Yes, we do. In fact, maybe even talk sooner than that. But a lot of times you'll see a very talented player, and you kind of engage him and say, well, what's your name? Where have you been playing? And you kind of get your eye on some of those kids, because there are some very talented kids out there who maybe just need a little bit more instruction, and they will kind of catch your eye.
One of the tough things, especially, and Nick, you can agree with this from CJL days, is pitching. And I know in my case, and Rick, you would agree too, being a pitcher, we know a little bit of it, but you can only pass along so much wisdom to a young kid.
Right.
But when you're out there teaching some type of pitching drills to the kids, what are the couple of things that come to mind that you would like a young pitcher to do that they're not learning, so to speak, in those younger leagues?
Right, and so in this clinic, because pitching, there's so much to it, and it takes quite a bit of time to really teach that. We don't try to cover pitching in this clinic. It's really fielding, throwing, hitting. But I do have parents and coaches contact me and set up pitching instruction, and I'll do that. And really depending on how old they are, how much experience they have, how basic you need to be. Sometimes we start with the very basics of the mechanics. Other players come to you and they're already fairly well developed, and you can work on a little bit more of some of the finer techniques.
With this clinic, just to kind of iron out a few details as well, too, for those who are listening who may have questions as well, too, that are interested in joining this clinic, are walk-ups a welcome, or is it something you need to sign up online? Are there forms you need to fill out? Just kind of give, like, the finer details as well, too, that parents may need to know
and
before.
What's for lunch?
Yeah. Walk-ups are absolutely welcome. I would encourage players to be there at 8:30 to get the registration document filled out and get in and get settled so that they're ready to go at 9 o'clock. But we'll have a lot of walk-up registration, and that is fine. The registration form can be found on our website at www.mustangsbaseball.com, and they can print that out ahead of time if they'd like and get it filled out just to save some time in the morning, and they can just pay at the gate. So. And that's what most people do, and it works just fine.
And also, do believe, at least on our social media sites with Twitter and also to Facebook for Wyoming Sports Talk today, and also to on the Twitter side, again, we have reposted that information as well, too, for the clinic. So, again, should have all the details with time, money, and also, to find that Mustangs website as well. Do want to go at least away from the clinic now, as I feel like we've gotten at least all the information for parents who might be tuning in and might be interested in at least attending that. I do want to recap this past weekend with you. At least 2 games, doubleheader against Premier West, 2 more victories for the Cheyenne Mustangs, but just kind of give us a quick recap of what happened on Saturday.
Well, Saturday we played a very good Premier West team out of Denver. They were 15-3 going into those games, so we knew they were a good team. We played them in past years. Most years they beat us, and probably for the first time that I'm aware of in our organization's history, we swept them in a doubleheader. So it gives you an idea of how well we had to play to do that. What was impressive to me is that we put up, I think we had 37 hits in the 2 games, scored 33 runs in the 2 games. And that continued a streak for us. We are on a streak now where for the past 9 games, we have scored in double digits in every game. We've scored 133 runs over those 9 games, which is over 14 runs a game. That's pretty remarkable. Another thing that stood out to me in that doubleheader is that we scored in every single inning on the day in the doubleheader. We mercied in the second game, so that game was only 6 innings. But in those 13 innings, we put runs on the board in every inning. That was surprising to me. Usually they're able to shut you out some innings, so that was pretty remarkable.
It's funny for my friends, or at least, again, who are not true baseball friends, or at least fans of the game, they complain about how, it's kind of like hockey. They don't score a whole lot of runs. It's just boring. Well, go check out this Cheyenne Mustangs team. Again, you're putting runs up in every inning. There you go. Have fun with that, as you will be back at home coming up this weekend. But I do want to address really quickly at least what happened on Monday. Again, you had games set up with Miles City, Montana, were canceled. Just kind of give folks just a little understanding of why those games were just kind of canceled.
We were contacted over the weekend by the Miles City coach and said he needed to cancel the game. I know they were down in Albuquerque playing a tournament. And what I think happened is that they got a little bit extended with their pitchers and they were short on arms. And I think they felt like they couldn't come in and have enough pitching to play a doubleheader. I asked them if they wanted to just change it to a single game, and the response was still no. So it was unfortunate those games were canceled. We needed to play some games since we didn't have a lot of games right in that span there. We did not play on Sunday. We gave our team Father's Day off, so we needed those games, and it's really tough when you get a last-minute cancellation to find replacement games. It's almost impossible because everybody makes out their schedule so far in advance. So
we're talking with Rick Thompson, the skipper of the Cheyenne Mustangs. What makes, and again, we've had the opportunity to talk about the team in general, but as you're talking about scoring runs, the kids are seeing the ball. It's got to look like a big cream puff that's coming up to the plate. What's making this team see the ball, hit the ball so special?
Well, I think it's a lot of training. So I look back to see where this team's come. And the majority of this team is seniors. Last year we hit 336 on the season as a team. The year before, when most of them were sophomores, we hit 280. So there's been a natural progression as they've matured and gotten older. But we've taken a big leap this season. We're hitting 413 as a team. And I don't know how long we can sustain a team batting average over 400, but that's pretty impressive. And I think a lot of that goes to, not just the work we do during the season and taking batting practice and working on swings, but the off season as well, the spring training indoors. Tonight, even though the weather's bad and it's raining and we're not going to be able to be outside, we'll be at our indoor facility taking swings and hitting so that we continue to work on that.
All right, we're going to take a timeout. We're going to come back with more of the Cheyenne Mustangs and Coach Rick Thompson after these words here on 1480 K-Ray. Wow, it's hot enough out there to fry chicken. Summer's coming, so now's the time to find ways to beat the heat, and Marv's Plumbing and Heating, 1515 Logan Avenue, is the best place to go to get cool. Marv's Plumbing and Heating, which provides complete air conditioning, installation, inspection, and repair services, is offering its air conditioning inspections for just $98. So beat the heat right now by calling Marv's Plumbing and Heating today at 316-7634. That's 316-7634.
We are the key to your cleaning success. The Key People that provides affordable office and professional cleaning services for over 40 years with exceptional customer care. All of our contractors have background checks and are licensed and bonded. We guarantee you a safe and secure service that is tailored to your individual and business needs. The Key People do not impose year-long contracts, and all quotes are free, confidential, and personalized. Call Key People at 1-800-468-8283. That's 1-800-468-8283.
When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think authentic Italian. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think made fresh from scratch. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think great pizza, delicious Philly cheesesteak, superb hot and cold Italian sandwiches, meatballs, sausage, and special subs, calzones, crisp salads, and great service. When you say Mondello's Pizzeria, think unmatched Italian taste. Mondello's Pizzeria, 1507 Stillwater Avenue, your only true Italian stop for lunch or dinner. Is your free checking account no longer free? Lose those checking account fees and lose the hassle by switching to Platte Valley Bank's Value Checking and experience truly free checking. With Platte Valley Bank's Value Checking, there is no minimum balance required, unlimited check writing, no per check charge, no monthly service charge, free net banking, free e-statements, free bill pay, free mobile banking, and Platte Valley Bank customers can use their debit cards at any ATM anywhere absolutely free. So stop by Platte Valley Bank today and lose those fees with Value Checking.
Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC.
Tired of lazy and predictable sports talk radio? We know you are. This is Cheyenne's new sports radio home. It's Wyoming Sports Talk Today, and it's right here on AM 1480 K-Ray.
It's almost nice to talk baseball again. Cheyenne, very fortunate this time to have a couple of very good programs out there with the Sixers, of course. They've been doing this for a long time, and then, of course, with the Cheyenne Mustangs.
And softball as well, too, again, with Cheyenne Extreme.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we're
we have both men's and women's programs that are doing very well here in the summer season. We're talking with Rick Thompson. Coach, real quick, we were mentioning here during the break, and I know Nick mentioned that too, because of all of these camps that come up, and a lot of these kids can't get enough baseball. They could play, one game a week at CJL, but hey, to have a chance to learn from the big guys is always a very special treat. You got your camp going on tomorrow, but we also wanted to put a plug in too. You have folks that behind the scenes do a lot for you as well.
It takes a lot of people to run that. We have the people that run the registration, and they kind of get swarmed with people coming in at the beginning. You've got the people they're helping with the food, and we want to thank McDonald's that they are donating hamburgers for the players tomorrow for the lunch at the end of the camp, and so we're very appreciative of that. All the coaches and players spend a lot of time getting organized so they can run their stations effectively and efficiently, and it takes a good sized crew to be able to put on something like this.
What about the young men that you have on the team? They get a chance to see these young guys come out, and they can, in a certain degree, turn it around, remembering when they were younger and coming out and learning these things. Is it kind of heartwarming for you to see how these guys take to these young men and women that come out learning skills?
It's very heartwarming to me. Our players are really good with the kids. I think that's the best part of it. The kids really look up to these players, and these guys have fun with the kids. They take time, they chat with them, they're high-fiving them, they're praising them, and it's really a lot of fun for the kids, and it's very rewarding for the players to be able to give back because they all remember when they were that age.
All right, we have a big tournament coming up this weekend, a 4-team tournament. And it's interesting, too.
And it's finally back at home as well, too.
Yeah, it's at Powers Field. So if you haven't made any plans, definitely want to get some baseball in this weekend. You want to check out what's going on out at Powers Field.
And also, too, with that tournament as well, again, thank you to the Cheyenne Mustangs organization giving us at least tickets to give away. We will be giving a few pairs of tickets to give away this week to go see some of those games coming up this weekend. That we will also, to inform you of who they will be taking on, or at least we'll be talking about that here shortly.
Well, we're going to talk about the teams that are going to be coming to town. 3 teams that will be joining the Cheyenne Mustangs. So tell us a little bit about your opponents.
Okay, so we have 2 teams out of Colorado that we have not seen this season. We have not played them, or we have not seen them in action, so we don't know a lot about them. First is out of Lakewood High School, Lakewood Tigers. I did see on Game Changer that they are having a winning season this summer, so I think they'll be a pretty solid opponent. The other team is Colorado Warriors out of northern Colorado. They're coached by a former Mustangs player, Kyler Eubank, who wanted to bring his team up here, and I think that's pretty neat. I think they'll be well coached. They'll be a good team. So those 2 teams we don't really know a lot about. We're going to probably, Lakewood, we play them, I think, first game on Friday night, so we'll be playing them, really kind of scouting them on the fly, if you will. Colorado Warriors will be playing Casper Crush, the 4th team in the tournament, on the first game of the tournament, so we'll get a chance to get a look at them. We have played Casper Crush a few times, so we know them pretty well, and they know us. So it'll be a good mix of teams that I think are all going to be very competitive with each other. Some new teams we haven't played, as well as a team we have played. So I think it'll be a good mix of opponents.
For this tournament, as we asked for most games coming up, wood bat or metal, at least for this?
This is a metal bat. So we do some switching back and forth. What we've kind of found is that teams prefer the metal bat, so we went ahead and made this a metal bat tournament again this year.
Also, too, you have the Singleton coming up on Friday. Then you all will play a double dip on Saturdays, and I see where the Mustangs will have the later contests over at Powers Field.
Right. We'll be the 3 o'clock game and the 5:30 game on Saturday, and then Friday night we'll have a 5:30 game. And I think that hopefully works well for our fans to be able to come in after work on Friday night and see us play.
I like, and again, too, you have to come up with all of the what-ifs in a tournament. And even with 4 teams, you still have to come up with record. You still have to come up with head-to-head, runs allowed. I mean, because there could be 2 teams that are going to be 3-0. You could be all 2-2. It just depends. So you have to come up with every scenario that could possibly happen in a tournament played to get everybody seeded 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Right. Every tournament's a little bit different. Some tournaments we go to, you must win your pool to advance to have chance to win the tournament, to get in the bracket. Otherwise, you go play in consolation. So you tend to spend more of your pitching in pool play to make sure you make bracket. Other tournaments you're playing for seed, like this tournament, all the teams will advance to the bracket, but we're playing for seeding. So if you want that number 1 seed, so you get a little bit, hopefully, maybe against the number 4, a little bit easier game in the semifinal. That's not a given, really, but then you're gonna want to try to win those games. But at the same time, you got to win 2 on Sunday to win the tournament. So you're going to, I think everybody's going to save a little bit of pitching for Sunday.
I was going to say you're going to burn through some arms. Probably more Friday and Saturday that you go through a little bit of arms, and you got to have something left over for that first game on Sunday.
Right. And when you get into a tournament situation and you've got to play a lot of games, one of the things we talk about with our whole team, not just our pitching staff, but we want our pitchers to be efficient and try to keep their pitch count down so that they can go deeper into the game. Because we're watching pitch count, and they get to their pitch count, we got to go get them. The question is, how many innings are they going to be able to throw for us before they get there? So if they're efficient, then go deeper into the games and we use less pitchers. The other thing from the offensive side, if we're doing our job offensively and we're putting runs on the board and we can mercy a team and cut it to a 5-inning game, now you've got a much better chance that a pitcher can throw a complete game. We did that twice in pool play in the Cherry Creek Classic, and you throw one pitcher, so it saves pitching and you have more for the bracket. So everybody goes out and does their job. It should help the whole team get through the weekend on pitching.
As you mentioned, the Cherry Creek Classic from a while back, but with this Summer Classic for you guys, at least hosting it here at Powers Field, 4 teams in this, including yourself with the Cheyenne Mustangs. Is this a tournament that you're kind of happy with having 3 other teams, 3 other opponents, or is this something maybe next season you as an organization and as also too as a head coach of the Mustangs would like to see this kind of expand out and be kind of a Cherry Creek Classic where you're seeing more and more teams and, again, pool plays or something like that, kind of expand out and maybe be a 5-day style tournament here in Cheyenne?
I think we could, reasonably handle 8 to 12 teams in this tournament and play it in 4 days. I think if you try to stretch out too many days, it gets tough for teams to want to come in that long. But we would like to have more than 4 teams. 8 to 10, 12-team tournament would be good. It's tough because there are so many tournaments out there. There's so much competition, and teams have so many choices of where to play. You got to really get your tournament information out early and try to get email blasts out and get it out on social media and hope to find some teams. And maybe, we can do a better job next year of even getting out earlier. We had this out in January. Maybe it's got to be out in November before teams start making plans elsewhere.
With your team, and I'm sure you've got a set lineup that you have in place right now, but when you get to a tournament situation, do you change things around a little bit, or if you are in a situation where you are 10 running a team, that you will sit the regulars down and give some of the underclassmen a chance to get in and play?
So this tournament, we use high school federation rules, which means a starter can re-enter. So we tend to start our starters, and if we get to what we feel is a comfortable lead, then we can start making some substitutions that if something happens and they start coming back on us, you could re-enter a starter. So we like to try to get control of the game first before we start making too many changes with substitutions.
All right, we're going to take another timeout. We'll be back with more here on Wyoming Sports Talk today.
Is your teenager ready to drive?
Come on, Mom. Let's go.
Sorry, you're not ready to drive yet.
What? Come on.
You need to complete a driver's ed class first.
The Wyoming-Montana Safety Council offers a complete driver's education program taught by Tim Woodard, former Laramie County School District's driver's ed teacher. Classes are starting soon. Please call 635-4592 to sign up or go to wmsafetycouncil.org. Wyoming-Montana Safety Council. Think safe, live safe.
Taco John's presents Olay the Day Pep Talks.
Good game, boys. You showed some real fight. Like when Wachowski put that hit on our own mascot. Solid work, son. Okay, Friday was for football, but Tuesday is for tacos. Taco Tuesday at Taco John's. It's a sacred holiday where we eat tacos repeatedly until I get full.
Save big every Taco Tuesday with crispy beef tacos for just 99 cents.
Get some rest, boys, because come Taco Tuesday, we olay the day.
Olay the day at Taco John's.
Are you looking for a pharmacist who will actually take the time to talk to you? Then come to Medicap Pharmacy. We're dedicated to healthcare only, which means we'll fill your prescription quickly, and then we'll make time to listen, answer your questions, explain your prescriptions, and tell you about possible drug interactions.
Medicap Pharmacy. We'll always make time for you.
Medicap Pharmacy, 1947 Bluegrass Circle, next to Texas Roadhouse in Cheyenne. Or call 635-3712.
John Mason here for Lincoln Way Liquor. I want to thank Cheyenne for helping us grow during our first year of business. We have over 5,000 new customers in our database in just 13 months. Our customers love our low prices, free ice, 2% credit for future purchases, and some really friendly service. And we always have 16 weekly specials on beer, wine, and liquor. We ask you to compare Lincoln Way Liquor, 2825 East Lincoln Way. We're not the largest, but we might just be the best.
Here's the latest weather forecast on 1480 K-Ray.
For today, it'll be cloudy with rain showers likely throughout the day with highs around 65. Then for tonight, it'll be mostly cloudy with more rain showers likely with lows around 46. On Wednesday, it'll be partly sunny with a possible thunderstorm in the afternoon with highs around 65. And on Wednesday night, it'll be partly cloudy with lows around 44.
When it comes to sports talk in Cheyenne, it's a whole new ballgame.
Let's play ball!
You're listening to Wyoming Sports Talk today, and it's only here on AM 1480 K-Ray.
It's time to play the game. Put your money on the table. Come on.
We are back on Wyoming Sports Talk today. Rick Thompson, head coach of the Cheyenne Mustangs. Coach, real quick, is there a cost for the tournament this weekend?
There is a gate fee for fans. It's $5 for adults, $3 for students and seniors. So, and there is a tournament pass, a 3-day tournament pass. I believe is $12 for an individual.
And again, concessions will be available as well.
Concessions available, yes.
All right, and then we want to remind everybody about tomorrow. Again, this is a very special event going on at Powers Field. All at Powers Field. The cost and I mentioned earlier, ladies, is this open to both boys and girls, or is this boys only?
Absolutely, boys and girls both, and we get a lot of girls that come out, and so it's open to both, and it's very inexpensive. It's $30, and it's a lot of fun and some good instruction tomorrow morning.
And Nick, you got all the particulars again?
Yeah, again, we will, at least on our social media sites, I do believe I've already reposted it a couple times, but again, find us on the Twitter side and also to Facebook for Wyoming Sports Talk today of, again, those posts from Cheyenne Mustangs, how to attend that clinic, but also to the website is, I do believe, mustangsbaseball.com, correct?
Correct.
So, again, if you're looking to find all information on the Cheyenne Mustangs, head on over to their website to find more information about that clinic and also to Mustangs baseball as a whole.
All right, well, we'll let Coach go here because he's got to get ready to head off to practice, weather permitting, and we'll wish you all the best here. First off, with great success on the camp for tomorrow. And
should we pick his brain on the Rocky situation while we got some time? Or, again, we had Ortmeyer give his thoughts on LeBron. I mean, might as well.
Well,
we don't have an MLB insider. Could Rick be that guy?
I think Coach and I would either agree or disagree on, and I think it all comes down to the coaching staff right now, that these guys, even though they're professionals, they're not being corrected.
Well, and the other thing I see with the Rock is a lot of talent and a good team to watch. I enjoy following them, and I probably don't follow them nearly as close as you two do, but in the end, especially at that level, pitching wins games, and the Rockies' pitching has let them down in a few games, and hopefully they can get that shored up. If they do, I think they've got the talent to be a contender.
And again, pitching, it's mental. You think a batter, when they go into a slump, they start struggling. With pitchers, they can't find the strike zone. it weighs heavily on the mind. So anyway, Coach, wish you all the best, and good luck in the tournament. And again, hopefully tomorrow you'll have a big turnout for kids out there. Weather will be good in the morning.
Yep, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure.
All right, we're going to take one. Can we take a quick timeout? We're going to take a timeout so I can switch places with Coach, and we will be back and wrap up Wyoming Sports Talk today after these words.
Hi, I'm Alex White, tea master at Pure Leaf. When I make tea, everything I know goes into it. You can't be impatient. When I craft Pure Leaf iced tea, I don't take shortcuts, because I want you to have the same amazing taste of iced tea that I do. So I start with fresh picked tea leaves. Then, after they're delicately dried, I blend and brew them at a lower temperature to draw out their unique aromas. And then I taste and fine-tune the blend for a delicious smooth iced tea. I'd love to have you take a sip right now, but that's one thing we can't do over the radio. But you can experience the same delicious taste of Pure Leaf iced tea anywhere you are. I'm Alex White, Pure Leaf Tea Master. Pure Leaf, our thing is tea.
The time is now, and the place to go is Jolly Rogers RV Sales and Service for their annual model clearance sale of Jayco RVs and fifth wheels. This is your year to travel the countryside, and what better way with your Jayco RV from Jolly Rogers RV Sales and Service. And to put you on the road today, save 30% on their annual model clearance. Their savings are always the best on whatever model you select. Come see and take home your favorite today when you buy from Jolly Rogers RV Sales and Service at 6102 East Highway 30 in Cheyenne, or go online to jollyrogersrvs.com. Chick-fil-A is a proud supporter of our high school athletes at East, Central, and South. May the school year bring success to all of you. Before you start your day, stop by Chick-fil-A for a hearty, delicious, and satisfying breakfast, only at Windmill and Del Range. Breakfast is served Monday through Saturday from 6 in the morning till 10:30 a.m. Breakfast with Chick-fil-A, the most important meal of the day at Windmill and Del Range. According to the latest Rate Watch report, First Year Bank offers the highest annual percentage yield in the Cheyenne market for 12, 18, 24, 36, 48, and 60-month CDs.
Their friendly staff is ready to answer any questions and help you open or renew your certificate of deposit. Give Carol, Caitlin, or Deb a call today at 307-632-3500. First Tier Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Here the season never ends. From Wyoming sports to the Broncos in Denver. From Rockies baseball to talking hoops with Nuggets basketball. Local, regional, and national. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today, right here on AM 1480 K-Ray.
You know, it's always nice when we have both Rick Thompson here and Ty Lane. To me, it makes me feel like I'm 17, 18 again. You know, I want to get out there and play, and I still do.
Well, you're not.
No, I know I'm 60.
You're not even close.
Yeah, but I still play, and I still enjoy the game. I'm telling you, there's a guy that they did a story about down who plays down in our league in Denver. His name's Lou. I can't remember his last name, and I've mentioned this before on this program.
Mm-hmm.
I think Lou's like 83 years old, still playing the game. Bless him. Matter of fact, I had to face him in a tournament once, and basically, Lou doesn't throw fastballs down the middle. He throws.
I would expect that.
He throws more eephus pitches than anything. And you're sitting there. You remember what was the kid Rookie of the Year when he had to throw that one like his mom with the softball throw, and it's like,
well, and that could be an advantage because again you're used to consistent timing or at least again speed and velocity, and that could really mess you up where it's just. You know,
well, and again, you know,
what the hell was that?
And like this weekend, I faced my buddy who I catch all the time in tournament play. He still could chuck the rock. I mean, again, do I think I can face these guys with the Mustangs and post six? No, I'd probably be. I wouldn't whiff all the time. I would make contact because you always can hit a fastball, Nick.
If you say so.
It's the junk that you can't hit. And believe me, I'd be swinging before they even threw the ball to the mound.
I've seen you play. Your swings are junk. Anyway, let's move on. Oh, you
are dogging me.
Oh,
you are dogging me big time.
Oh, because again, you can't take it.
No, I can take it.
Anyways,
I already know my track record speaks for itself.
Anyways,
Dodgers ace.
Why are we talking? I had my own piece to talk
about.
Well,
you hold your horses now because this is for my buddy Chris. Dodgers ace.
Your buddy?
Yeah. Here's the deal.
You're not tag team champions with him again.
Oh, you had to buy him. That's how bad you are.
You couldn't afford him.
I wouldn't buy him for you because you're not worthy of it. Here's the deal. If you are in the Oklahoma City area on Saturday, you want to get a ticket for this one because Dodgers ace Clayton Kershaw is going to make a rehab start, similar that Mad Bum did for Sacramento.
Mm-hmm.
The AAA affiliate for the Dodgers here, Oklahoma City on Saturday. Kershaw has been on the DL since the end of the month, May, because of tightness in his lower back. Again, we said this many times that he's going to be hindered by this back issue forever. It is his third straight season he's been out with
unless he gets serious
injury.
back surgery.
I don't know if you can. But
granted,
anyway,
that's something you can't recover. Again, we know from kind of pro wrestlers where they kind of deal with a similar situation. But, again, after you get that back surgery, it's pretty much career-ending.
Well, now, prior to May 31st, when Kershaw pitched 5 innings against the Phillies, he had been out since May 1st because of left biceps tendonitis.
Yeah.
So the lack of recent activity was the primary reason the Dodgers elected to send Kershaw to the minors for his next outing rather than have him join the big league rotation immediately. Los Angeles will be in New York this weekend to play the Mets. Kershaw, when he's activated, and again, not Clayton Kershaw numbers, he's 1-4, and he'll be rejoining a Dodgers rotation that has been ravaged by injuries. Even as L.A. has managed to stay close in the National League West, lefty Rich Hill was slated to return from the DL today to start the second game of the twin bill against the Cubs. Kershaw is 30 years old, and he can opt out of his contract after the season. Do not screw up one word here, pal. I'll jump on you like a rash. Do not.
Fine.
Don't.
That's fine.
You can't even read English as a second language. Don't go there.
I could probably
All
read
right,
better
so anyway,
than you.
so Kershaw could be looking for employment elsewhere next year. I doubt that.
No, I do not think the Dodgers There's no way as a team they could. Again, an ace, a face of that franchise. There's no way.
But he's going to have to.
But again,
he's have to take some serious considerations of that lower back because he's had problems.
I don't think surgery is the right option for him. Maybe it is. You don't know with Andrews down there again. The famous Dr. Andrews down in Alabama, I do believe. Maybe there is something where it wouldn't be career threatening with Clayton Kershaw, but yeah. Again, is that something where I would assume he's seeing massage therapists or doing situations like that, but is surgery the next thing for Clayton Kershaw to kind of alleviate of this pain for him? Who knows? Is it even a viable situation for him to take care of?
You know, when you're pitching, they always tell you got to bend, bend your back, that type of deal.
Yeah.
You watch Kershaw, he does have the herky-jerky motion, but he gives you that crouch where he is using all of his muscles when he's throwing the baseball. I'm just shocked at the back injuries he's had.
I wouldn't be shocked at all. It kind of goes with power lifters dealing with that kind of constant strain of the back, and again, those muscles. Again, that eventually, as any part of your body eventually wears down, it starts to,
unless he's had chronic back problems,
possibly
through most of his life. Don't know. And that's something we'll have to definitely check in on because it would be a shame. And again, seeing Kershaw
and it could be something where Kershaw has to. And again, nothing against the guy.
They have to seriously think about retiring.
Yeah. And that's the unfortunate thing.
Sandy Koufax, instead of he was having elbow problems instead of having that thing blow up. And, he also was in the battle with contract disputes with the Dodgers. He finally just said, you know what, it's just not worth it. I'm not going to blow up my arm. And, he called it a career at a very young age as well. I mean, when you're in your early 30s, to me, that's young, calling it a career.
Yeah, certainly, especially whatever professional sport. Yeah, it seems like kind of
you should be
the benchmark is like near 40, early 40s.
In baseball, you should get at least into your
clearly from Bartolo again, mid 40s where you're pushing it, but again, to have a long lasting career, absolutely, you're pushing around 40, if not entering your 40s of saying,
that's when you would be, your late 30s. Early 40s, that's when you definitely start slowing down. But when you're into your, about 28 to 33 range age-wise, that's your peak years in baseball.
But it just seems like it is kind of parallel with him of what stuff he does pitch, and again, how filthy it is most of the time. Maybe it's just kind of that parallel of, well, he's only getting that because of that full-on movement, that kind of wacky movement throughout his body, and again, exhausting all those muscles, including his back, that it's kind of that trade-off of, well, you're getting this filthy stuff that you're tossing, but also too you're aging, you're wearing down valuable muscles that are eventually just going to give up on you.
All right. Anyway, so that's the latest on Clayton Kershaw. You said you had something here in the closing moments. What do you got?
Absolutely. Hold on.
I got a lot of problems with you people. Now you're going to hear about it.
Well, it's only with one issue, and it's a kind of tongue-in-cheek moment, but it's something that I pass along on social media, or at least the Cheyenne Stampede have been passed along on social media as they have come out with new hat designs. It's something that they have encouraged fans to kind of vote on of what they will be offering this upcoming season at the Cheyenne Ice and Event Center for kind of merch to buy out, but and you've seen them, right? Obviously, again, we pass along on the Facebook side, and there are 4 designs there. GM Mark Lance, I got an issue with you, pal. If that was you designing those hats, man, come on now. That was fine. You need better designs. Again, where you're looking at that thing, nothing about it says Cheyenne Stampede. You can mix it with Cheyenne South. Again, obviously with the same color situation, but
you're saying they're bland.
They are. They really are. Again, especially with the good logo that they do have, as I'm wearing their jersey right now. Again, as you can see on the video camera, again, I think the logo that they have currently is something that put on a hat, just kind of do like similar hockey pro styles of just take this logo, put it on the front side, and maybe creative on the back. Again, there it is. Or either my challenge to you, GM Mark Lance, is scrap those and put out a challenge to the fan base of create designs and let fans vote on something. I just think those hats are just, in my personal opinion, They're kind of bland. Come on, man.
You also
your organization
have the Stampede logo.
I'm just saying a CS on the middle of it, or at least a CS just lettering. Again, if you're wearing it out in the public, obviously here in Cheyenne you're gonna know, but on the road or traveling down to Colorado or Utah, traveling with this team, you're not gonna know what the hell that means or what it even represents. Come on now, you need good branding, good logoing. You got it on your front of your jersey. Put that on a hat design and then do something with the back of it.
Well, you know what? With your one wasted year at Idaho, maybe you should be doing that.
It wasn't one.
Well, whatever it cost me. The thing is,
it cost you anything.
It cost me a pile, trust me. And what you need to do is why don't you design the logo for him?
No, I'm not doing that.
Well, if you're going to lip off, pony up to the bar.
I could if I really wanted to. I'm just saying.
I
say make it more interactive as they're trying to push right now. Again, kind of more interactivity with their fan base. Hey, Cheyenne Stampede, let the fans create designs for you. Why not?
There you go.
Let them vote on it. Though I'm just saying again. It's a minute thing, but the designs are not. They're not appealing to me.
Great.
They might be to others, but for me, come on now, Stampede. You got a good logo on your jersey. Just translate it to a hat, and you're good.
You got your box of Crayolas. Go ahead and draw something. All right, real quick, we got to wrap this up.
I don't even need Crayolas. I got Paint 3D and all this other stuff.
We have coming up for you Red Skelton times 2, 8 until 9. It is Golden Age Radio Theater headed your way, 9 until 10.
Hopefully it's not interrupted by EASs.
Well, we'll probably have weather in here, and again, and we don't apologize for that because we are glad that the National Weather Service has been able to chime through and keep us abreast.
I wasn't apologizing. I'm just saying, hopefully there isn't any more of this stuff as that severe thunderstorm warning did expire.
After 5 o'clock, it's Katie barred the door around this part of the world. Anyway, 9 until 10, Suspense Theater, the Golden Age Radio Theater from 8 until 10. Before we say adios, we want to remind you Rocky 640 against the Metropolitans.
Come on.
And again, Brandon Nimmo tonight. I got to go see him continue his hot streak against the Rocks. What do you got?
Well, what do I got is the same thing we've done. There you go, the same thing we've done for however long, but on this date, it is June 19th. We'll go back to the year 1999. Maybe this audio clip will help you decipher what I got.
John Chambers with it. Around the boards for Brett Hall. Hall leads it back for Modano. Modano tied up by Zhitnik. Modano tries to make the play. It's swept away by Smelik. Letting into the net. Hosik down. Score! It's over. It's over. Brett Hall and Mike Modano were there in overtime. The Dallas Stars are the 1999 Stanley Cup champions.
In the NHL's most controversial play of all time, what happened in that clip?
What happened in that clip was
again, they gave it to you, but it was NHL's most controversial.
Oh, Dallas Stars won the NHL Stanley Cup.
Okay, you got one piece, but who got them that Stanley Cup victory there
was
in overtime? Yeah.
It was Brett Hall.
There you go. So back on this date in 1999 in the Stanley Cup final, the Dallas Stars defeat the Buffalo Sabres 4-2. Brett Hall clinches the series with the controversial no goal. At least it was was not called at first, but
after it was in the crease, right? If I understand that right.
Well, yeah, the skate did move into the crease, but the decision was that the puck was in the crease, then his skate moved in, and it was allowed. And again, it was the overtime game that allowed the Dallas Stars to hoist the cup back in 1999.
Only time they ever did hoist.
The only time they probably will in quite some time.
I don't remember if they ever did in Minnesota. I can't remember.
As the North Stars? No, I don't think so.
I'm trying to think back in the Lou Nanny days.
I know the Wild as that organization never has. I don't think Minnesota in NHL history, whether it's North Stars or the Wild, I don't think they have.
Because I remember, let's see, in between the pipes once was Gump Worsley. It might have been a long time ago.
Anyways, we're at 5.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap things up here. I'll let Nick look that up because he's got nothing else better to do.
We will be back.
You don't. We will be back tomorrow from 3 until 5 o'clock. Enjoy your Tuesday. And with that, we turn you back to the greatest hits in the world. I'm talking about the music we grew up with together, the best of the 50s and 60s.